Good afternoon. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the notification bell. And today, we got ourselves yet another quality check with Tesla's best-selling vehicle, the Model Y. So without further ado, let's get right to it. All right, look what we have here. We got a fresh load of Model Ys ready to be quality checked. So let's first off start off with this blue Model Y. And it looks like it's time for delivery. But we got to do a quality check. And a quality check is basically going through each and every panel and checking out the build. And at the end of it, we're going to give it either a pass or a fail. So let's first off start by examining the left light. And most of these vehicles right now are coming with the brand new set of headlights, the heated steering wheel, and the updated center console. So looking off at the left side, then on to the right side, we're taking a look at the hood to see if the overall build is good. And so far, I can tell you we're looking good. And here's a look at the VIN. So let's look at the rims. Well, there's rims under here, under these wheel hubcaps. I personally don't like the design of the Model Y hubcaps, and I hope Tesla upgrades the design to make it a little bit more appealing. So let's start off by looking at the door and examining the gap over here and looking at the panel slowly to see if all the panel is even. And here we have the blue with the white interior. So let's do a test. And we want to take our finger and rub it from one panel to the other to make sure to see if it's flush. And guess what? It's flush. So we're off to a good start. So let's now move on to the back side and do the test again. Uh-oh. We got a problem over here. It's not flush. The door's poking out a little bit, and I wouldn't accept that. I would definitely bring that up with my sales rep and have them easily adjust the door by removing the door, making some minor adjustments, and putting the door back on where they can do that and have it flush. So now let's move up to over here and look at this panel over here. So, oh, that's nice and tight, and that's what we want to see. And if you look over here in the trunk hatch, it's nice and tight. See, this is the type of trunk that you want to see, where there's no big gap and the gap is very minimal. So now let's move on to the charger door. And the charger door is not flush. So that's another thing that I would have to bring to their attention. I would say that, hey, my charger door is not flush. Can you easily fix that? And they probably could. So now let's move on to the back over here. And yep, we're looking good so far. Now let's move on over here to check the right side rear door, which normally is poking out. Let's see if it's flush. And it does poke out a little bit. But, oh my God, there's something that I see over here. Look at this, look at this. Look at this trunk gap over here. What is this? Oh my God. No, on the other side is flush. On this side is just too big of a gap. Look at that gap. What is this? So we're not off to a good start. See, the problems are starting to appear. And yeah, the door is not flush. So, we have an issue. Let's check this side to see if it's flush. Yeah, it does poke out a little bit. So if you're taking delivery, you want to make sure you do a thorough check, and go through each and every panel to make sure that the car is built to the best of their ability. Here's a look at the interior. And here's a look at this side, which is not that bad. Nothing alarming over here. So, if you want to know if it gets a pass or a fail, here we go. Fail. With those issues, I'm not taking delivery. Now let's move on to another Model Y. All right, we got ourselves yet another Model Y. The all white with the white interior. So let's first off start off by looking at the left side, and you can see that these vehicles have the new headlights. Oh yes, that's what we want to see. The front's looking beautiful. Let's take a look at the rims. Let's take a look at the glass roof. And let's take a look at the driver's side door. Yes. This one's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now let's do the test. Is it flush? Oh my God, it's flush. And that's what we want to see. Now let's check the rear door. Is it flush? It does poke out a little tad, so I would have to have that adjusted. Let's look over here, this panel over here. Oh, that's what we want to see, nice and tight. Let's look at the trunk here. And that's fine. That gap is fine. And let's check the charger door to see if it's flush. And it's flush. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So this is the dual motor white. And also, let's look over here to see if the right side rear door is flush. And it is flush. And this panel right here, look at that. See that panel? That's what we want to see. Okay, so yes, this white Model Y looks like it's definitely a good build. So now let's do the door test again with this side, and it is flush. Let's move over here, and it is flush. Okay, so this Model Y is unlike the other. This Model Y is very good. So my rating on this Model Y is, and here's the VIN again, a pass. So let's move on to another Model Y. Oh, look at this performance Model Y. I'm glad that we got a chance to see a variety of Model Ys. And the reason why we want to check as much Model Ys as possible, because we want to see if this is the overall trend. And we want to answer the question that, has Tesla been improving this Model Y? So let's look at this performance Model Y and let's see. So starting off at the left side, moving on over here to the hood, and then moving on to this right side over here. Now let's move on to the rims. Very beautiful. Now let's take a look at the VIN. Let's take a look at the driver's side door. So far, we're off to a good start. Now let's see, is the door going to be flush? Let's do the test. Oh yes, beautiful. And that's what we want to see. Now let's check the right side rear. Oh yes, and that's what we want to see. Now look at this panel over here. Oh my God, look at it. Have you seen a panel that tight? Good job, Tesla. This is what we want to see. Wow, I'm so excited. Now let's check the driver's side charge port. Is it flush? And yes, it is. Now let's move on to the back over here. And you can see it has the dual motor badge with that red line underneath. Oh man, this back is beautiful. Now, let's check a common problem that we normally find is the right side rear door not being flush. And I can already tell you that this failed. Just looking from over here, look at it. What is that? What is that? That's not lined up. I can tell from that without even touching it. Look at that. So, yeah, it's still an issue. Yeah, so it needs to be fixed. And if you're taking delivery of a Model Y, what you want to do is bring yourself a checklist. Remind yourself not to get all excited. Remind yourself that you want to check every single panel. Remind yourself that these cars come with imperfections. We know that nobody's buying Tesla for their build quality. We're buying Tesla for their tech and their range and efficiency. But at the same time, we must not let Tesla get away with these things because they're building many vehicles and they should have gotten their act together by now. It's like this is not a car company that's just came out. They've been building for over 10 years. So Tesla, I don't understand. I don't know if it's the Fremont factory that has issues, but I'm hoping that eventually Tesla starts to address these problems because it doesn't look like these panel gaps are coming out of Shanghai. So these problems seem to be focused with the production that's coming out of the Fremont factory. So let's look over here. Oh yes, that's what we want to see. And look at that trunk. Beautiful. So I'll just do the test anyway. I don't need to. Oh yeah, so it doesn't. But luckily, guess what? This door fix is something that they can easily do, probably less than 10 minutes, or probably within an hour. So you wouldn't have to worry. Just make sure you tell your sales agent and make sure that you let them know of any defects, imperfections. Let them know that you're unsatisfied with the vehicle and let them know, ask them for a new VIN if you want a new vehicle, or ask them to have these issues fixed immediately. I strongly suggest maybe a day or two before your car is delivered that you drive up to Tesla and go check out your VIN and maybe walk around your car, drive there in the daytime and check it out. And you know, that way you won't feel rushed during that delivery day. And the delivery day will be a smooth process. So now let's just look over here to see. Yeah, and this is so. Yeah, this Tesla Model Y. I'm not going to say that it has a lot of problems because these problems can be addressed. So for this sake, I will give this car a pass. But you got to remember, you want those things fixed first. So let's move on to another Model Y. All right, our last Model Y, and this is one of my favorite combinations, the red with the white interior. Oh, such a beautiful vehicle. Like the Tesla Model Y, it's the best bang for your buck. And I prefer from its design, and I love it. And I can't wait to pick up the Model Y. I'm actually waiting for the Model Y 2.0. I want the 4680 cells before I upgrade. Okay, so let's move on and continue this quality check. So let's start off by the left side. And all these vehicles are coming with brand new headlights. And let's move on to the right side. Let's take a look at the vent. Let's take a look at the driver's side door. And so far, we're off to a good start. Let's take a look at the interior. And let's do the test. Is it flush? Yes, it is. So let's move on further. Let's do the rear. Yes, and it's flush. Okay. Look at that panel. Nice and tight. And that's what we want to see. Is the Charger door flush? Yes, it is. It's nice and flush. Now let's take a look at the rear. No issues over here. And let's take a look at the rear, the right side door. See if it's flush, and I can tell it is. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Beautiful. Beautiful, yes. Oh, I love it. All right. Let's take a look at the interior. So, are you ready for it? Does it get a pass or a fail? And this one gets a pass. Whoever's taking delivery, you got yourselves an excellent vehicle. So, all right. We can say that Tesla still has a lot of work to do. See, no two Teslas are built the same, and that's weird. A lot of them comes with imperfections, and some of them come with defects, and some of them are flawless. So, if you're taking delivery of a Model Y, now's the time to do it, because guess what? Tesla's sold out, and the demand is through the roof. So if you need a referral code, my link will be in the description, where you and I will both receive 1,500 kilometers or 1,000 miles of free supercharging. Make sure to use a referral. You don't necessarily have to use mine, but just make sure you use one so you get that free supercharging credits, because I can tell you, it's one awesome deal. So, all right. Has Tesla been improving the overall build of the Model Y? I would have to say, slightly. Is it perfect? No. Am I going to continue doing quality checks? Yes. And guess what? Eventually, there's going to be a time where Tesla's going to get their act together. And I can't wait for that to happen. So all right. I'm just so excited. I'm just happy. Just seeing these Tesla Model Ys and seeing that there's so much pent-up demand and everybody's going to clean energy, because it's all about helping the environment. and you want to help out the environment by eating good, living good, and driving good. All right, so that's all I got to say. So thank you and have a nice day. Hey, if you want to win a $50 Amazon gift card, all you have to do is like, share, comment, and subscribe. And the first 1,000 subscribers will be entered into a draw to win this $50 gift card.